Hi, so we're back with the mandel bread that have been cooking in the oven for about 25 minutes. So you can see they puffed up really nicely. And now we're going to take them off. They're still really hot, but my husband says I have asbestos hands. So we're going to transfer them to a cutting sheet, and then we're going to cut them on the diagonal, place them back on the baking sheet, and we're going to bake them one more time until they're really hard. And the fun thing about these mandel bread for me are the memories that I have of when my grandmother made these for my grandfather. These were one of his favorite things. And he used to, once they were baked, they were so hard he was afraid he'd chip one of his teeth with them. So he would dip them in what he called a glace latte, which was a cup of tea, but in a glass with tons of sugar in it. And he would dunk the mandel bread in to soften them up before he ate them. And sometimes I do that nowadays just to remember my grandpa. By the way, this knife looks imposing. It was my father-in-law's knife. He gave it to me for just this purpose. And it's nice. I feel like I have my whole family around me as I'm cooking. And that's one of the things that I hope that we'll get the feeling for when we're cooking together this year. I hope we'll share our memories of cooking and baking with our families, with our ancestors, our grandparents, and it's really important to pass these things, these oral testimonies, these memories on to our kids. And even though I've made these memories with my kids, and some of the things that we cook are going to come from my memories of my family and my grandparents, someday you'll be making memories for your families. And so I hope that we'll learn a lot together and share some fun stories, and you guys will have some hands-on experience, hopefully making things that you may not have ever made before. The beginning of the tape, I also forgot to mention a couple of other holidays that we're going to be baking for. One is going to be for Purim, and the other is going to be Shavuos, which I think that I mentioned. So, and then the last one will be Hanukkah, because all of these different holidays have really unique foods that are attached to them. Hanukkah, we eat a lot of fried food. Shavuos, we eat a lot of things with milk in them. And there's a purpose for everything, for every holiday, and for the custom that goes along with it. We'll be sure to be learning about those customs and traditions as we're cooking and while we're waiting for things to cook and bake. And I just hope that everybody will have a really good time. So you get the idea of what we're doing here. Now we're gonna, once all these are cooked, or sliced, we're going to put them back in the oven and bake them for another 20 minutes or so till they get browned. And now I think Melissa has a treat for you. I baked some mandel bread, and there should be enough for everybody. So enjoy, and I hope to see you next week and for the next 7 weeks in Cooking for the Jewish Soul. Thanks.